A sense of unfairness and impending doom was one of the causes for Mercedes' poor performance. Hamilton led the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with 5 laps remaining in the last race of the season in 2021, on his way to an 8th solo world title and solitary grandeur. Hamilton had won the previous 3 races, he was on a roll. He was unbeatable and we were unbeatable, Wolff said. The race was stopped on lap 53 in Abu Dhabi due to an accident and a safety car was deployed. Under normal conditions, the race would have ended behind the safety car with the race order unchanged. However, the race director, an FIA official named Michael Massey, decided to redirect a group of vehicles to allow for a last lap of racing between Hamilton and Red Bull's second-place driver, Max Verstappen. In the World Championship standings, the drivers were tied on points. Verstappen was on new tires when he passed Hamilton and won the championship. Massey was later fired when the FIA determined that he had committed a human error. However, the outcome was unaffected. Whenever the subject of Abu Dhabi came up in discussion, Wolff worked himself up into a frenzy before gradually calming down. How much injustice is happening in the world every day on a terrible scale? Human tragedies, he said. I'm finding peace with myself. However, Mercedes has not won a race since. For Toto, it was more than a disaster, Frederic Vasseur, Alfa Romeo team principal and one of Wolff's closest friends in the sport, remarked. Wolff enjoys aphorisms on the importance of failure. He suffers from depression and has been seeing a psychiatrist for over 2 decades. During his team's extended winning streak, he frequently discussed the then-rare experience of learning from defeats. You rarely come back down a race weekend where you've won and you say, "Why the fuck did we win?" he said. But you know, it's really deep when you're losing. When asked to describe his feelings about the W13, Wolff said, "In the moment, I hate it." The W13 was faster in Zandvoort. After a 36-year hiatus, the track returned to the Grand Prix calendar last year as a home event for Verstappen, whose father, Jos, was also a famous Dutch racer. Every day, around 100,000 people flocked to the grandstands to drink beer, do the wave, and join in loud wordless roars that temporarily drowned out the continuous choral whines of the vehicles as Verstappen went by. However, the circuit was short and tight, with banked bends, and these characteristics suited the Mercedes vehicle. According to Formula One history, if a winning team loses its path, it may never return. Ferrari, the most successful racing team of all time, won 6 straight championships under Ross Brawn, a great technical director, around the turn of the century, until it too was derailed by rule changes. Mercedes had a disastrous race in Spa, Belgium, the weekend before the Dutch Grand Prix. Russell finished 4th when Hamilton wrecked on the first lap. During qualifying, where drivers attempt to establish the quickest lap time and consequently determine their starting position, the Mercedes vehicles were about 2 seconds slower than Verstappen's Red Bull machine. In Formula One, 2 seconds equals geological time. Valleys grow in 2 seconds. Wolff has been anticipating this moment since taking over at Mercedes. He was asked whether it was a comfort that the downturn was finally here and not just a rumor. Wolff was concerned that he was becoming overly accustomed to defeat. "I'm not sleepless," he said. "I'm not. But at the same time, it frightens me that I'm not sleepless. Has my ambition gone? No, not at all." Wolff's old acquaintance indicated that he was unhappy with himself regardless of the scenario. In that light, losing was not so unlike winning. "It's this ambivalence in me," Wolff remarked of his ability to deal. "On one side, it's really good. I'm surviving it. On the other side, I don't want to have this feeling." If you want to be a P1 in Formula One news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.